Hello there, friends. My name is Capricorn. Actually, it's Jeannie, but whatever. I'm sorry if I look disgusting because I just got home from the movies, actually. Ironically, if you looked at the title, that's what we're going to talk about right now. I made a video last night, and I edited it, but the editing program I used for it is not cooperating with my computer, so I'm going to have to re-edit it with iMovie. I'll post it at some point. It was about the Monkeys convention that I went to earlier this year, and it'll happen. I just need time to kind of do that, and I didn't really want to do it tonight. I wanted to post a video, so we're going to do this. And you're going to see me quite mad. I didn't really want to start this off with a rant, but that's also not to say that you would never see rants. You're going to probably see a lot of rants in your lifetime of watching this. I went to see The Purge. We're not going to talk about The Purge, though, because maybe you haven't seen it, maybe you want to see it. If you want to see it, go see it. If you've already seen it and you have an opinion, so do I, but let's just leave it there. If you do want to see the movie, I would recommend that you find a link online and just watch it. This video is not about the movie I saw, but rather movie theater etiquette. There are ways that you should and should not act in a movie theater. Now, I understand you're going to see a movie with your friends, and, you know, everything's a one big joke, and trust me, I'm 15 years old, and that happens to me all the time, because if you were in the theater with me last summer when I saw The Amazing Spider-Man, you would have hated me. Since then, I've learned, though, that that's really annoying, because I've had so many people get on my nerves in the movie theaters, and it just bothers me because you pay so much money to go in and see a movie. Here's a few things that you and me have both probably experienced in a movie theater that have severely pissed you off. 1. People who talk during movies. I go to the movies with my dad a lot, so I make comments to him, but I whisper them, you know, to be a normal, nice human being. There are people who using, like, outdoor voices, screaming throughout the theater. Oh my god, I can't believe they just did that! Shut up. 2. Putting your feet on the seat in front of you. Now, this happened to me tonight. There were these people sitting behind me, and it was like a group of people. At the beginning, they always have, I guess, well, the theater that I go to, they always have this, you know, behind the scenes of, like, a ton of stuff. And, you know, so the movie hadn't started, and the lights weren't dimmed or really anything, and people were talking. And I understand that, because the movie hasn't started yet. But this person, and I don't know who was sitting behind me, and it happened the entire movie, kept trying to kick my seat. That pisses me off. Get your feet off of my chair, and my head is there, and if you kick me in the head, I'm gonna turn around and punch you in the mouth. Kicking a seat is so first grade. And take your feet off. Where do you think you are? 3. Throwing popcorn. If you're going to throw popcorn in a movie, you are probably between the ages of 9 and 12, and you need to get out. Especially because this was an R-rated movie. You know, I could probably think of 1,000 more things that make me angry. Like chewing loudly, going on your cell phone during the movie, etc., etc., etc. Maybe people with the cell phones don't realize, but when they tell you to turn them off, it's for a reason. If your phone goes off during the movie, it's so distracting. People might not realize this, but theater doesn't have like a big giant flat screen TV. It's being projected onto a screen. Cell phones can interfere with the projection and just in general piss people off. I know it pisses me off. To give you a great example of me getting angry during a movie, I went to see Mama when it was in theaters, I think it was like January or something like that. The movie had just come out, I believe. It was like the opening weekend. So the movie theater was crowded. There were so many people, and by the time we got there, the only seats that were available were the ones like towards the bottom. And there were these girls who were sitting behind me, and it was like a group, I guess, of girls. Sort of my age, probably younger because they were retarded as hell. So they were talking, and just talking, and talking, and talking, and talking, and talking. The opening credits started, and they were trying to, I don't really know what happened at the beginning of the movie. I think they were explaining something, or maybe it was just the credits, or like the beginning of the movie, and these girls were still talking. And people were telling them to be quiet, like people around them, people were shushing them. And I got so fed up with it because these girls were so loud. It wasn't even they were trying to, like, keep it to themselves. They were trying to, like, scream throughout the theater that I actually turned around and told them to shut up. And then one of them was like, "Are you talking to me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm talking to you." And then she was like, "Geez, you don't need to be so serious about it." Listen, bitch, I paid at least $12.50 to get into this movie, and I don't need your mouth jabbing the entire time so that I regret it even more than when I walk out the theater than I did before I walked in. These girls continuously talked throughout the entire movie. The talking was a little bit lower, but they were still talking. I could still hear them. But eventually, they were so loud and so disruptive that the theater management actually had to come in and tell them to shut up. You know that you're bad when the theater management is coming into a movie theater telling you to shut your mouth. It was actually so bad that once the theater management told them off and then they shut up, that everyone started clapping. If you wanted to have a conversation, you could have done it any other place in the entire world. You could have stayed in your room, you could have stayed in your house, you could have walked around the block. Don't do it in the movie theater. I don't want to go pay for a movie to listen to you talk the entire time. There's always that one group of people, whether it's 2 people, 3 people, 6 people, 12 people, I don't care. There's always that one group that does not shut up the entire movie, and it makes you so angry that you really just want to turn around and slap them, but you have more patience than that. So the moral of this video is, get your feet off my chair, stop throwing popcorn at me, shut up during the movie, and turn your cell phone off. You are paying to see the movie too. It's not just me. I don't understand why you're gonna sit there and run your mouth, throw popcorn around that you paid money for, kick me in the head, and turn your cell phone off. You don't need to tweet throughout the entire movie. You don't need to open your Foursquare app and let everyone know that you're at the movie theater. You don't need to text your best friend. It's not necessary. Moral of this story is, and this is another moral because I think I already said the moral of the story is, if you annoy me in a theater, I will hurt you. And that is not a joke. It probably is a joke though, because there are 2 types of people. One who actually take action when they say, I'm going to hurt you. The other who just says, I'm going to hurt you, but when faced with the opportunity, will just back away slowly. I am the second person. Anyways, sorry for ranting at you the first time you ever see me, even though this is probably not the first time a lot of people have seen me. Thank you for watching, and yeah, laters.